The galaxy was calm on the night everything changed. On the planet Rithos, people were enjoying their usual routine. Traders were closing their shops, guards were ending their shifts, and the sky above was peaceful soft blue with lines of distant stars. No one expected history to return that day. Commander Verix, the head of the planetary watch, sat inside the control tower. He was checking the scanners like always. For thousands of years, stories said that humans once existed, beings of impossible power, but everyone believed they were only myths, stories for children. Nothing more. Then the alarm beeped. At first, Verix thought it was an error. The scanner showed a single dot at the edge of the system, moving fast, too fast for any known ship. He increased the zoom. The dot became a shape. The shape became a ship. And the ship was huge. He called his officers. Identify the object. They tried. The scanners failed. The ship kept coming, silent but unstoppable. In the sky, clouds began to glow. Something broke through the upper atmosphere, something massive, dark, and shaped like an ancient war machine. Civilians stepped outside, staring upward. The glow grew brighter. The air vibrated. Birds fled. The ground trembled. Then they saw it, a dreadnought larger than anything they had ever imagined, descending from the sky like a floating mountain of metal and fire. Its lights were blue and gold, its engines roaring like thunder, and on its hull, written in an old forgotten language, was a single word: humanity. Before anyone could react, more lights appeared in the sky. Dozens, hundreds, then thousands. Commander Verix felt his heart stop as 10,000 human dreadnoughts filled the heavens, covering the sky with steel and fire. The myth was real, and it had returned. Panic spread across Rithos as the sky disappeared behind a curtain of enormous warships. People ran through the streets, shouting, staring upward as the endless fleet of human dreadnoughts formed a perfect formation across the heavens. The day had suddenly turned dark, and the air felt heavy, like the world itself was holding its breath. Commander Verix rushed to the balcony of the control tower. His officers followed, shaking, unable to understand what they were seeing. "This is impossible," one whispered. "Humans are legends, aren't they?" Verix didn't answer. He couldn't. High above, the first dreadnought opened its lower panels, revealing glowing energy cores. The ship released a deep, vibrating hum so powerful it shook windows across the city. It wasn't an attack. It was something else. A message. The dreadnoughts aligned themselves in a perfect circle around the planet. Massive energy lines connected between them like threads of lightning. It looked like a cage. Or a shield. "What are they doing?" an officer asked. Before Verix could respond, a bright beam shot down from the lead dreadnought. It wasn't a weapon, it was a hologram, projecting a gigantic image into the sky. The face of a human appeared above the planet, calm, cold eyes, sharp like a warrior who had seen centuries. Every creature on the planet froze. The human spoke in a clear, steady voice that echoed around the world. "People of Rithos, humanity has returned. We come not as conquerors, but as judges." The sky rumbled. The dreadnought engines roared. The hologram continued. "For 1,000 years, you believed we were only stories. But we watched. We waited. And now, the time has come." Verix's throat dried. For the first time in centuries, humanity had spoken, and its message was only beginning. The entire planet stood frozen as the giant human hologram stared down from the sky. Its glowing eyes scanned the cities, the mountains, and every living being below. Even the winds seemed to stop, afraid to interrupt the moment. Commander Verix felt a chill crawl up his spine. "Judges? Why would humans judge us?" he whispered. No one answered. The hologram shifted, showing scenes from the past: old wars, broken treaties, planets destroyed during ancient conflicts. None of these events involved humans. Yet the hologram showed them with perfect clarity, as if someone had recorded history itself. The human voice returned, calm but terrifying. "For centuries, the galaxy has acted without balance. Powers rose, weaker worlds suffered, and justice faded. The image changed again this time, showing smaller ships being hunted by larger empires. Rithos ships were there too. Verix felt his stomach twist. This is our history. But no one should know this. The hologram spoke again. The Council of Humanity has been silent for 10,000 years, but the universe has forgotten fairness. So we return. To restore it, suddenly, one of the dreadnoughts descended lower, creating powerful shockwaves. Buildings shook, waves crashed against the coastlines. People dropped to their knees in fear. From the ship's underside, a circular chamber opened like a massive eye. A beam scanned the planet, sweeping from continent to continent. The light passed through everything: walls, mountains, even the oceans, collecting information at impossible speed. What are they looking for? An officer asked. Verix swallowed hard. Truth. The scan completed, and the dreadnought floated back into position. Then the human voice said the words that made everyone tremble. We have seen your actions. We know your secrets. The judgment of humanity will now begin. A silence deeper than space itself followed, and every heart on Rithos screamed the same question. The people of Rithos held their breath as the human voice faded. No one moved. No one spoke. Even the giant engines of the dreadnoughts hummed quietly, as if the entire fleet waited for the next moment to strike. Commander Verix stood at the tower window, hands shaking. He had seen war, disasters, and invasions before, but nothing compared to this. 10,000 human dreadnoughts were not just ships. They were a force older than empires, stronger than legends, and now they were watching his world. The hologram brightened again. This time, it showed events from Rithos that no one outside the planet should know: secret prisons, illegal mining operations, hidden experiments on weaker species. The truth struck like a hammer. How did they know all this? An officer whispered, stepping back in fear. The hologram's voice returned, firmer than before. Rithos, your leaders acted in shadows. Your empires grew by harming those who could not defend themselves, but the galaxy no longer judges you. The hologram leaned closer, its eyes glowing. We do. People in the streets cried out. Some fell to their knees. Others tried to run, even though there was nowhere to go. Above them, the dreadnoughts shifted formation. The fleet moved like a single living creature circling the planet, locking it inside a ring of glowing energy. A barrier formed around Rithos, pulsing like a heartbeat. Verix stared upward. A containment field, he whispered. One officer panicked. Are they going to destroy us? Verix slowly shook his head. No. This is something worse. The hologram confirmed his fear. Rithos will not be destroyed. You will be isolated. No ship enters. No ship leaves. Until your world answers for its actions. The sky dimmed. The barrier glowed brighter. The judgment had begun. And humanity had only taken its first step. A cold silence spread across Rithos as the massive energy barrier sealed the planet. In a single moment, the world went from a proud trading hub to a trapped sphere floating in the darkness. The sky, once open and full of stars, was now a glowing cage. Commander Verix felt the weight of the situation crush him. His officers watched the barrier pulse, each beat echoing the power of the 10,000 dreadnoughts above. No ship could break through. No message could escape. Rithos was cut off from the galaxy, all because humanity chose it. In the capital streets, people gathered in fear. Parents hugged their children. Traders closed their shops in panic. Priests whispered prayers to gods who had never answered before. Everyone wondered the same thing. Why did humans return now? Up in orbit, the dreadnoughts moved again, forming new shapes: lines, circles, sharp angles. Each formation sent waves of energy through the barrier. They were building something. Something enormous. Varx watched the patterns carefully. They're stabilizing the field, he said. They want complete control. Complete control of what? An officer cried. Before he could answer, a new hologram appeared. This time, it was not a face, it was a symbol, a silver emblem of an ancient human council, glowing like a burning star. The voice echoed across the sky. Rithos, your crimes have affected many worlds. Humanity will contact them. Their voices will be heard. Suddenly, Several dreadnoughts activated long-range portals, streams of energy connected to distant galaxies. It looked like the humans were calling witnesses harmed by Rithos in the past. One by one, alien voices began to rise from the hologram voices full of pain, anger, and fear. Verix felt his knees weaken. Humanity wasn't here to destroy Rithos. They were building a courtroom around it, and the real trial was only beginning. The sky above Rithos turned into a storm of light as the portals opened wider. Voices from dozens of planets echoed across the atmosphere at one, speaking about injustice, betrayal, or suffering caused by Rithos long ago. Their words shook the world more than any weapon could. Commander Verix stood frozen. He had never known the full truth. Their leaders always hid these crimes behind politics and lies. But humanity knew everything. The giant hologram returned, glowing brighter than before. Its eyes no longer looked calm. They looked ancient, like someone who had seen empires rise and fall 1,000 times. Rithos, the voice declared, your victims have spoken. Their testimony has been accepted by the Human Council. Your fate is now decided. Every creature on the planet held its breath. Then, something unexpected happened. The 10,000 dreadnoughts pulled back, rising higher, forming a massive ring in space. Light gathered inside the formation, spiraling like a star being born. The energy grew stronger and stronger until the void itself seemed to bend. What are they doing now? An officer whispered in terror. Verix stared upward, eyes wide. They are opening the council gate. The final step. The ring burst with golden light. From the center emerged a colossal structure, a fortress ship larger than mountains, older than recorded history. Its hull was covered in ancient runes, human symbols no one had seen in 10,000 years. A gasp swept across the planet. That is the first dreadnought, Verix whispered. The ship that ended the old wars. The ship no one believed still existed. The hologram's voice became deeper, almost divine. Rithos, your judgment is complete. Your world will face correction, not with destruction, but with guidance. The first dreadnought descended slightly, casting a shadow that covered continents. Humanity had not returned as myth. They had returned as the galaxy's final authority, and the universe would never be the same again.